Good morning. How are you today? This is not our first rodeo. Today we are going to be doing another big empties, unhaul, de-stash, whatever you want to call it. Today I'm going to share with you all of the Bath & Body Works empties that my family and I have used up over the course of winter. If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you will know that I usually try and give credit where credit is due. Some of these products we've all used together, and some of these products are more just one person has used it. So like I said, I'll try and give credit where credit is due. So here is the big old bin we are looking at filled with empties. That's not even all of them either. I'm kind of surrounded by all of these empty bottles here. So I feel like this is a really big one this time around. I'm not really sure why, but let's jump in and start with the hand soaps we used first. Starting with the upstairs bathroom, this is mainly the ones that my mom uses, although I do help her with these ones as well. We had a fall carryover into winter. This is pumpkin cupcake, and the notes are baked pumpkin, whipped vanilla, frosting, and golden honey. This is a classic, tried and true, and one that I recommend every single fall. I never get tired of the scent. It actually smells a little bit more like a nutmeg vanilla combination rather than pumpkin, but I still really love it. And then upstairs we used up this iced cinnamon rolls, which has notes of warm cinnamon rolls, fresh orange, and sugar glaze. This is actually one of my favorite hand soaps of all time. At least I discovered that this time around when we used it. I love this scent, and I really love the fact that you can actually smell the orange in it. Orange rolls are one of my favorite treats, and it would also make such a good body care fragrance, so this should go on my wish list of fragrances I wish they'd make into body care. Following that same packaging, we used this winter citrus wreath upstairs, another classic and favorite of mine for Christmas time. This has notes of balsam wreath, fresh citrus, and forest breeze. Lots of citrus this time around. And then post-Christmas, we had this standalone here of marshmallow fireside. This is, oh, it's kind of wet a little bit and dripping. This is one of my favorite hand soaps to use when it's still winter but not necessarily Christmas, because it works all the way until February. We used this one in January. It's still like a snowy cold weather scent without being too overly festive. This has notes of toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, and fire roasted vanilla. And then most recent upstairs for Valentine's Day kind of time, we used up this classic strawberry pound cake. This one has notes of fresh strawberries, golden shortcake, and whipped cream. Lots of gourmands this time around. This hand soap started upstairs, but my mom wasn't really digging it, so we ended up taking it downstairs and finishing it. But for some reason, this one just wasn't really working with her body chemistry, or there's just kind of like a weird note in there to her. It's called Gingerbread Bakery, and it has notes of gingerbread cookies, brown sugar icing, and cinnamon spice. By the way, if I say upstairs and downstairs, I mean main floor and basement. I always say that just out of habit, but it's actually technically a main floor and a basement. So anyways, this one started off on the main floor. We actually had this in the kitchen, and it was for Thanksgiving time, but we ended up switching it to a Christmas soap for that sink instead. So I ended up taking this one downstairs or to the basement to use, and this is called Fall Festival. I loved this fragrance. This is actually one of the cleansing gel soaps, and this one has notes of fresh pumpkin, spiced cinnamon, and sweet maple almond butter. I find that the almond butter note was really fun and unique in this, but it mainly smelled like if you were to get fresh honey and spike it with lots of yummy spices like nutmeg and cinnamon. So very good for the fall festival. Continuing on with our basement hand soaps that we finished up, we have this Harvest Gathering. I believe this one was kind of a November into December fragrance. It didn't quite make the fall empties, but we carried it over to winter. This has notes of fresh picked apples, autumn berries, and clove buds. Then during Christmas time, we have this super old fresh balsam hand soap I finally got around to using up. This one is from the year 2016. So this one is super old. It's kind of sad to see this one go because the packaging is a little bit on the nostalgic side for me. But like I said, it feels good to get it used up finally. Evergreen, cedarwood, and eucalyptus are the notes on that one. Then post-Christmas, we used this cozy toasted vanilla chai, and this one has notes of whipped vanilla, spun sugar, and winter spice. And then I actually like saving my winter candy apple scented things for February. In my opinion, even though it's marketed as a Christmassy scent, there are very strong notes, at least it comes across on my skin, strong notes of rose, and apple is a little bit more of like a fresh apple as opposed to a gourmand or sweet apple. So I think that this is the perfect kind of Valentine's Day February scent, and so that's what we did here. Winter Candy Apple has notes of red apples, winter rose petals, and candied oranges, and this is in the gel soap. So I just tallied up the hand soaps, and this season we used 11 hand soaps this time. Let's do candles next. So to kick off the home fragrance empties, my sister brought me the single wick that she used up called Sugar Plum Fairy, and it has notes of sweet sugar plum, candied cranberries, and sugared orange. Okay, get ready for all of the Christmas Christmas candles. These next ones were all on the main floor, and this one is called Tree Farm. I love this packaging. Let's see, this one is from 2021. I just love the little cartoony depictions on there. I think that's really cute. So this one has crisp pine needle, warm cedar, and spiced apple. I find that I actually like this scent better than fresh balsam. Sometimes fresh balsam can be a little bit on the overpowering side of just pine tree and nothing else. I do really like pine tree and I still like that fragrance, but if you want something that's a little more blended or toned down, the apple really helps carry this one along. Matching that same packaging, I have Merry Cookie. So cute. One of my favorites of the packaging. It has fresh baked cookies, sparkling sugar crystals, and rich vanilla. And then last one of that particular collection from 2021 is Twisted Peppermint. This is my nostalgia Christmas scent. This is one of the first candles from Christmas time that I've ever burnt by Bath & Body Works, so every time I burn this, it just kind of throws me back. So we've got cool peppermint, sugared snow, vanilla buttercream, and fresh balsam. We used up a lot from this collection that I have here. This is from 2022, so a year after those kind of ice skating cartoony ones. And this one is a little bit more of like a storytelling kind of packaging. This one has notes of crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, and soft sugar cookies. And then this was our Christmas Eve and Christmas Day candle, the classic tried and true fresh balsam from that same collection of 2022. This one's notes are woodland balsam, crisp eucalyptus, fir branches, and cedar wood. Next up we have sugar cookie, and I actually think that I've decided I like this one cold better than actually burning. I feel like either this candle just wasn't made as well, like the quality was just lacking a little bit, or maybe it is actually the fragrance. If I had to choose between, I would much prefer the Merry Cookie over the sugared snickerdoodle, but it could just be, like I said, a quality issue with this one particular candle. It's nice, but I was noticing when it was burning, I felt like I was just smelling the scent of fire or like burning wicks. Like it just smelled like candle smell, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of my critique on the sugared snickerdoodle, but packaging though, super cute. This one has notes of warm spice, creamy vanilla, and sugared musk. And then just like the hand soap, we used it in a candle as well. This is Marshmallow Fireside. This was our post-Christmas fragrance. Actually, I think we kind of led this one into February as well. This has notes of toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire-roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber. Backtracking a little bit, I can't really remember if we used this on the main floor or the basement. I think we did it on the main floor. I think this was our Thanksgiving candle. It's been too long, I can't remember anymore. So I'll just say this was on the main floor, and if it's not, then my bad. Leaves. This is one of the best sellers for fall time for Bath & Body Works, and this one has notes of crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. I usually do this one for Thanksgiving, like I said, so I think that's what we did this year. For my fall into winter fragrance that I used in the basement, we used the Perfect Autumn, and it really is the Perfect Autumn scent. This has notes of fresh cranberry, spiced pumpkin, crisp apple, and rich clove. It's everything I love about autumn, all wrapped in one candle. And this is increasingly becoming one of my favorite candles for autumn. This one technically is marketed as a fall fragrance, but I find that it's more Christmassy. To me, this smells like Christmas decorations that have been marinating in scented pine cones that you put away after Christmas has been over. So when you lift that Tupperware lid, it smells like this to me. This is Cranberry Woods, and it has notes of tart cranberry, cinnamon bark, forest cedar, and golden amber. Right around Christmas in the basement, we used the Perfect Christmas, and this is one that Jose really actually likes. It's similar to Marshmallow Fireside. I find if I were to describe it, it smells like Marshmallow Fireside combined with maybe fresh balsam or evergreen or one of those pine tree scented candles. It has fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow. So that's probably why marshmallow plus the pine tree scent. A little bit on the smokier side than I normally go for, but this is an exception. I really like this one. In the basement, we also used up this single wick of winter, and this one has notes of... doesn't say. Just based on memory, I think that it's supposed to be balsam, orange, and clove. So another one of those classic tried and trues. They've had this scent for a really long time, so highly recommend. And then the last candle we did was the peppermint hot chocolate, and this one was a surprisingly good one. I love peppermint and hot chocolate, but smelling it cold, I thought it was going to be just super saturated, but I found that it wasn't too overpowering. It was just like the nice amount of strength. So this has sweet peppermint, silky milk chocolate, and sweet cream. So altogether, we burnt 14 candles as a family. We feel like it actually would have probably been more. Most of these were burnt during Christmas or before Christmas, but by the time Christmas was over and early February rolled around, we actually stopped burning candles completely because we had some respiratory illness in the family. So candles plus anything to do with having a cough or troubles breathing when you're sick usually don't mix, so we had just completely stopped burning candles. If that had not happened, we probably would have burnt more, but that's still quite a lot. I think the Christmas season is when we normally burn the most candles, so 14 was our number. Here are the little wallflower tags. So in the laundry room, we did hot cocoa and cream. This one performed surprisingly well. I don't have the best luck with wallflowers, but this is an exception. I really enjoyed this one and could smell it all the way through during the whole duration of its life. Same thing, except to a lesser extent. This one was strong and really good, smelled nice, but if I remember correctly, I kind of stopped smelling it during its last week of life. So this one was kind of a mid-tier in terms of performance, but of course smelled really good. Crushed candy cane in the bathroom in the basement. Hated it. I don't know why, it just smelled so wrong. I don't know what was wrong with the crushed candy cane. Normally I love that one in a candle, but it did not work for me in the wallflower. It just smelled kind of gone off and rancid. So that one I ended up tossing halfway through because I just could not stand it. So I don't know why that happened. I'm kind of sad about it, but oh well. And then last but not least, we put in this raspberry thumbprint in the laundry room, and actually this is the one that's going right now, and so far so good. It smells really nice. My dad used this one up. This is the room spray from 2019 of the aromatherapy eucalyptus and tea focus. So loose ends on the home fragrance. We did 1 room spray and 4 wallflowers. So we actually ended up trying out some of the brand new laundry detergents that Bath & Body Works released this winter, and I have some feedback for you on them. We used 3 different scents. I still have a Vanilla Bean Noel that we have not used quite yet, so no feedback on that one. We used Winter Candy Apple, Twisted Peppermint, and the Norwegian Pine. In terms of performance, we did not notice any issues or anything weird about them. We thought that they cleaned the clothes really well. We thought that the clothes felt soft after we were using them. So performance-wise, I thought they were just fine, no problem. I do think that the price point for them is a little bit high for the amount that you're getting and for what it's worth. But of course, that's gonna happen when you buy something like Bath & Body Works. I feel like all of their products are kind of higher than they should be, and you should just buy them on sale if you can. These are $19.95 for a bottle. I never would buy them at that price. I think I ended up doing a buy 3 get 3 free during the Black Friday sale, and that's how I ended up getting them, and I think I stacked a coupon on top as well. I think between the sale and the coupons I had used, I got them each for about $8 to $9 a piece. Not terrible, still a little high, but it's all right. I wanted to try them out anyway. So the Norwegian Pine was the first one that we used up, and this one has notes of frosted pine, crisp eucalyptus, and orange zest. That sounds like it would smell so good, and the first couple of times I really enjoyed the smell of it, and I found that this of the 3 that we tried was the strongest. It was super strong and lasted a long time on the clothes after being washed. That being said, it ended up kind of being a curse that they was so long lasting because I ended up not enjoying this fragrance as much as I wish I did. It kind of has a little bit of a musky masculine kind of scent. Yeah, at first sniff it almost has like a creamy vanilla pine tree scent. And it smells really nice at first, but after you smell it for a while, it kind of turns more into a sweater weather, fresh air, kind of that generic boy smell that smells fine if you like that kind of thing, but I don't really like cologne kinds of smells. My family and I all kind of agreed that we got really sick of this scent pretty fast and just wanted to get it over with. Strength of fragrance, 10 out of 10. It did a really good job lasting a long time on the clothes. Fragrance preference on my end, not so high. If you like those kinds of scents, things like flannel, sweater weather, mahogany teakwood, you probably would have liked the Norwegian Pine more than I did. Next up, we used up this Twisted Peppermint laundry detergent, and this one has notes of cool peppermint, sugared snow, and vanilla buttercream. This one I love the smell of, especially in the bottle, but I feel like I didn't smell it on the clothes, like at all. Oh, it smells so good in the bottle, but this one just didn't last as much. Like when I smelled my towels or anything afterwards, I just didn't really notice any peppermint scent. So this one was like a 10 out of 10 fragrance in the bottle. When you smell the clothes, it was like a 3 out of 10. Didn't really notice it. And then the last one that we used up was the Winter Candy Apple. This one says red apples, crisp pears, and candied oranges. Smells pretty good in the bottle. Doesn't really smell as winter candy apple-ish as I'm used to when I smell like the body care and hand soaps. It just kind of smells like a fruity, generic laundry soap, if that makes sense. It smells nice, but it's not screaming like winter candy apple like I thought it would have, especially considering that winter candy apple in all of its other forms are quite soapy of a smell to me, so I would have thought that really translated well into a laundry soap, but it doesn't really remind me of that scent. Didn't notice this fragrance at all on my clothing either when it came out of the wash. So summarizing my experience on Bath & Body Works laundry detergents is that I feel that they are worth it if you buy them on a good sale price. They definitely aren't worth more than $10 a piece. I would be interested in trying the scent boosters and I just haven't yet, although for that price point, it's gotta be a lot lower for me. I feel like it's just too extreme for it to kind of not be noticeable after it comes out of the wash. It was kind of frustrating that the one fragrance that really did last a long time was a fragrance I didn't care for. I would be curious to try some of the other scents, but a lot of the fragrances that I've been seeing them making for the laundry scents are just not ones that I'm interested in. I'm not really a floral person, fresh, clean, or musky, and that's mainly what they're making them for. I'll be interested to see what other fragrances they make. I really would be interested to see some more tropical and fruity fragrances. So all in all, I wasn't disappointed in the laundry stuff. It was pretty much where I expected it to be for Bath & Body Works. I am interested to see what more they have to offer in the future for the laundry stuff, but I wasn't so impressed on this batch that I have become a converted Bath & Body Works laundry product user, if that makes sense. Okay, moving on and backtracking a little bit, I should have probably included this with the hand soap section, but they kind of fell to the bottom of the bin. So we used up 2 hand sanitizers this time around, Sweet Apple and Winterberry Ice. Both of them were very good. I love both of these fragrances. This one, to me, the Winterberry Ice, smelled a lot like cherry or cranberry Kool-Aid kind of situation, and then the Sweet Apple is the perfect apple scent to me. I wish they'd make that in a body care. Last category, body care. Starting off with this kind of random pump lotion that we had. This one is an oldie as well. This is from 2017, and this was during that fall and winter in which they featured honey as one of their feature ingredients for that season. And this was actually in the hand soap section. They had the matching hand soaps and pump lotion. This one is called Be Bright and it's mandarin and clove. This fragrance to me smells exactly like Russian tea. During the holiday season, my mom makes this drink mix that's very festive. It has instant tea mix, tang, and then the little red hot cinnamons in it. So it smells just like that to me. And then the notes listed on this one are orange blossom, golden honey, and fresh clove. So this one was actually living in the laundry room next to the hand sink and we would use it after washing our hands. But once it got to about this much left, my mom took it into her room and used it up at her desk and just finished it up. So she's the one that completed this one, but the family kind of worked on it up until that point. This is my mom's empty. She used up this spiced gingerbread swirl, and this is from the Christmas of 2018. Really love this gingerbread fragrance. I wish that this one would come back for Christmas time. This has notes of warm ginger snap, fresh nutmeg, orange zest, spiced brown sugar, and roasted tonka. Unlike the gingerbread fragrance that came out this year, the Jolly Gingerbread Village, this one is more of a spicy, zesty fragrance. The orange zest really comes out, but it also has like a really bright cinnamony note in it, unlike the Jolly Gingerbread, which was more of a deep, muskier scent. Here is a shower gel that my sister used up. This is Sugar Plum Swirl from 2017. Love this sugar plum scent. So this one has notes of juicy sugar plum, holly berry, fluffy meringue, sweet tangerine, and sugared musk. Of the sugar plum scents, this is my favorite so far by Bath & Body Works. Look at this one. This is from 2017, and this is a travel size shower gel that my sister used up of spiced pumpkin cider. This is another one that was a product of that one fall that they featured pure honey as one of their favorite ingredients, and this one has notes of heirloom pumpkin, royal cinnamon, and apple cider. We had a lot of empties this time around from the year 2017. So this was a New Year's collection, a wellness collection actually. Jose, he is the one that used up this body butter from the new year of 2017, and this is called Jasmine and Green Apple. He also used up this pillow mist this winter of Northern Brights, which is eucalyptus and pine. This one ended up being one of my favorite releases from 2023, and I know for sure it was my favorite release of December or Christmas time 2023 as well. This one surprisingly smells vanilla-y. It's like almost sweet. So really enjoyed that, and so did he, as you can tell. And then Jose has always been really good at using up all of his body care at the same time. He does it so evenly, so that's always helpful. But Breathe Deep, he used up the pillow mist, the shower gel, and the pump lotion, and this one is eucalyptus lavender. He's used this fragrance before when it was called something other than the Breathe Deep, but he really likes this one. It's one of his favorites. So the last video that I made for Empties, for my fall Empties, I had 0 body care items. So I worked really hard this winter to make sure that I had a representation of Empties this time for body care. So I did super well. Let me show you what I used up. Oh, after all of these years from 2015, this one is a Twisted Peppermint body scrub that I finally used up. As you know, I love this fragrance. I also really love the texture of this scrub. It wasn't as coarse. It was very fine, and that made it really enjoyable. It also had a little bit of shimmer in it for Christmas magic. Kind of sad it's over, but glad that it happened. And look, see how on the backside he's holding the little candy cane. So use that sugar scrub up. While I was using the Twisted Peppermint, I was trying to get this one done, and I finally did it. This one is from Christmas of 2017, and it is the original packaging of Coconut Mint Drop. This one has notes of white coconut, iced peppermint, and winter musk. I was kind of tired of it at the time, but now that it's gone, I feel like I would like it to come back for Christmas so I can buy it again. It's one of those ones that I loved it, overused it, got tired of it, but now I love it again. So if it comes back, I probably will be repurchasing. Really working on those oldies. This one feels really good to have used up. So I used a body cream, a body lotion, and a fine fragrance mist, all travel size, of golden pear and brown sugar. So this didn't happen to the mist, but with both of the moisturizers, it was starting to smell pretty old. So I was glad to get this used up. I actually ended up using it as in-shower body moisturizer more than I was just straight on lotion. The mist, on the other hand, stayed completely fine, so I enjoyed using that. I also used it to scent the shower mist as well. I was working on emptying both the fine fragrance mist and the shower gel of this Peach Prosecco Macron. I did it with the shower gel, but the mist was falling behind. It's just taking me a lot longer to use than the shower gel, but really love this fragrance. Would enjoy to see it come back. It has notes of Peach Prosecco, vanilla cream, and Macron cookie. I'd used up the body cream I had of the Peach Prosecco Macron a long time ago, so what I used to pair with it was this Pretty as a Peach body lotion, and I got that one used up as well. This one's also old. This is from 2016, so we really did a good job using up those oldies. Last but not least, this is from summer of 2018, and this is a Kukui Nut body butter, and it's rich and intense, and it's from like a weird efficacious tropical collection that they had. I really enjoyed the fragrance of this at first, but I think it was starting to get old because it did have some exposure to oxygen because of just the way it was packaged. So it started to smell a little bit on the sour side. Once again, I actually used this a lot as an in-shower body moisturizer, and it really helped me burn through it a little bit faster. So I got that one all used up as well. So my family used up 9 moisturizers, 3 mists, 4 shower gels, and 1 body scrub, which brings us to a grand total of 17 body care items emptied. All right, and that is all of the empties that my family and I made for winter of 2023 into 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.